They trail 32-30. Joined now by Mr. Frank Graves, and I was telling Frank on the break, there aren't many times in my life I get a chance to talk to a world champion rodeo guy. So first and foremost, Frank, thanks for spending some time with us here tonight.
Yeah, proud to be here. It's real exciting for me this year, starting out here. So real excited about it.
So Frank, let's talk about your history in rodeo. We'll talk about your taking over the role here at Pearl River. Let's talk about your history in rodeo growing up and the things you've accomplished. Quite a few.
Well, yeah, I started in high school rodeo like a lot of them do, and I won good. I won like fourth out there in the nationals, and I went to college at Oklahoma for 2 years, and then I transferred to Martin, Tennessee, where I won a national title there, and from there I went on to I went to the Olympics in '02, and I won a bronze medal there in the Olympics in the team roping, and I think it was '02, '04. I was a reserve world champion in the PRCA. So it's been a good career. It was a good career to me for a long time, and I'm glad to be back and get to coach it now.
Let's talk about that. Athletic Director Jeff Long reaches out to you. You take over the program. Kind of walk us through that transition.
Well, it's been a goal of mine to try to get into something like this, and you know, in this time in my life, it's a good deal to get into, and both of my kids have won a lot. Both of my kids have been national high school champions. I got one kid he came here to Pearl River and rodeo for 2 years, and now he's in Livingston. I got one coming in next year, and man, I've got a lot of good kids coming in next year. I've got about 18 recruits so far. That's most of them got 3 or 4 from out of state, and I got a bunch of in-state kids, and it looks good for us next year.
Let's talk about the program. You know, is this third or fourth year of the program overall?
I think this is going to be the third year.
Third year of the program. So the program's matured a little bit. You're now taking it to another level. Kind of talk about some of your goals that you got for the program.
Well, I want to make it Poplarville, or in the South. Poplarville is known for a rodeo town, and I wanted to make a good program here for kids to want to come here to our town to help the town and help the school. The school's growing. It's a big school, and they're doing good in all the other athletics, and I want to help this program be the same way. And I think it's got a real good chance to be one of the top notch down here. They're wanting to do it right and go in and put a lot into it. So it's real exciting for me.
And looking at rodeo, Frank, it's different in here in basketball, baseball. You got a conference, and rodeo a little bit different setup.
Right. We were rodeo against everybody in our region, which our region is the Ozark region, which reaches from the Carolinas up to Missouri, Arkansas. We're kind of in that area, Alabama, Kentucky. So we got a big region and a lot of good athletes in this region, in this part of the country. And a lot of kids come from west and come over here. So it's a good region. I won the national title in '93, and I rodeoed over here 2 years in this region. And it was just as tough then as it was out west, because I was out west for 2 years, and so it's a good region. It's going to be exciting.
So looking at the events, a bunch of events. Is the way rodeo set up? Do you have team members in multiple events, or do they try to specialize in one or maybe two?
Well, for the college, for us, we'll have 4 girls and 6 boys on the team. Now we'll pick out of our recruits. We'll pick the ones that we think that's going to do the best for our team. But everybody's competing for individual points. They don't have to be on the team or anything. They can still win the region just like so. So you're picking your team, and then everybody's going for their own individual points. So it's a little different than the basketball or football.
Right. Let's talk about some of those team members real quick, just some of their background.
I got next year coming in, I got the high school national champions from last year, which one of them was my son and Kaysen Davis from Lumberton. Both of them, they won a national title last year for the Mississippi, and they won the state title 2 years out of their 4 years being in high school, and I got some top-notch team ropers. I got about the best ones in the state coming next year, and the year after I got some good kids coming still. So we got a good set of kids and some girls. I got some good girls coming. So we're gonna have a good team this year.
Let's talk about schedule.
Schedule, we're gonna have 5 rodeos in the spring and 5 in the fall. So we got this year, the girls this year, we got 5 on the team this year, and we start our first rodeo be this coming weekend at Meridian. It'll be our first one to kick off the spring. So we'll have 5 more to compete, and then we start back over in September.
A lot of exciting times here at Pearl River. I look at rodeo. They've got bass fishing now. The bass fishermen, 2 kids from PQ did a great job 2 weeks ago.
I've seen that.
It's just a lot of good things happening at the river right now. Great time to be a part of it.
It is a good time to be a part of it. It's exciting. They're doing a lot here. It's growing, and it looks good for us.
Frank, so glad to have you aboard, man.
I'm glad you had me over. It's sure nice meeting you.
Thank you.
Thank
Frank
you.
Graves, rodeo coach here at Pearl Community College. A national champion, folks. First time for me to interview a national champion rodeo. I'm kind of stoked by it. I love watching rodeo.
Well, I sure appreciate it.